Are you ready? Are you ready for some football? Well, we may be just now into the month of June, but football, thank goodness, in some way, shape, or form is going to be here before you know it. And here on the Y'all Show, as we have our spring swing tour of Tyler, Texas, we welcome you back into the show that's all about the South. My name is John Rawl, and Tyler, Texas has a huge history of sports. And therefore, they have their own award thanks to one of their native sons. And their native son is one of the best football players we've ever seen in college football, high school football also, don't want to leave that out, but also when you go back to the late 70s and early 80s of the NFL, Earl Campbell of the Houston Oilers. My goodness, was he a force in the Astrodome back in the Oilers days, and a force, of course, on the 40 acres for the Horns back in the 1970s as well. And the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award is held each year for the best athlete in high school ranks in the state of Texas. And Cindy Smoak is with the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award as well as SPORTyler. And she's on right now to talk about how her agency is helping further the cause of great sportsmanship in the Lone Star State. Cindy, welcome into the Y'all Show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, and happy early football season to you.
Thank you. It can't get here soon enough.
All right. Now, Earl Campbell, we're talking about number 34. You mentioned earlier to me before we got on here, number 20, though, at UT and high school as well, right?
I'm not sure what his number was in high school, but 20 was his number at UT.
Okay, number 20, number 34, and number one in our heart.
That's right.
All right. And of course, he's from the Tyler area. Which high school did he go to?
He went to John Tyler High School.
Okay, John Tyler, which is right there in the city of Tyler, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then he got a chance to be a Texas Longhorn and did a great job there. And Heisman Trophy
Won
winner, right?
won the Heisman Trophy.
Which year was that?
77, I believe.
77. Just
hmm
after Archie Griffin had won it twice, then Earl
Right.
Campbell came in and won it for the Horns and then went on and stayed in Texas for the Houston Oilers. And he had a great career in Austin, of course, and then a great career in Houston and then in the NFL. But he stayed true to his Texas roots. He's got that nickname, the Tyler Rose, and that memory of his playing days continues on thanks to the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award. How did this get started, Cindy?
Well, our city manager at the time, we were looking for ways that we could honor Earl and start kind of, giving back to him or at least making people aware that he was from our town. So, uh, being a great college football player, we started throwing around the idea of creating this award named after him. So we approached he and his family about it, and they really liked the idea. So my boss and I and the founding committee for the award spent about almost 2 years talking to the other major football awards, trying to figure out what our angle was going to be and all the criteria and that sort of thing. So to put a little bit different twist on it, we made it. We structured it where the criteria, the nominees had to be either from the state of Texas, played football in high school at the state of Texas. They played for a junior college in Texas. They could have played junior college here and transferred to Ohio State and still be eligible, or they were currently playing at a Texas four-year school. And it goes to the best offensive player from the state of Texas with one of those criteria being met.
Well, my goodness, we're looking at some video of some of your recent finalists, award winners, and more. Patrick Mahomes, who played high school football right there in the in Tyler area, right?
Yes, he graduated from White House High School, which is just right here, part of the whole Tyler Metroplex.
And then went on to Lubbock to play for the Red Raiders. And then, oh, he just happened to win a Super Bowl here the last couple of months with the Kansas City Chiefs. There we just saw Jalen Hurts, who is now taking his talent to the NFL after his time in Tuscaloosa and in Norman. And all
Right.
this, again, keeping college football and high school football and so much more right in Texas and Tyler, Texas, alive as it is the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award. And what a great fixture he was on the football field. And again, keeping that memory alive is what they're doing in Tyler, Texas, thanks to this great award. We're visiting with Cindy Smoak here on today's Y'all Show. And the award for the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, when is it generally held?
We we declare our finalists right after the regular season ends, and we have usually have five finalists. They're all invited to Tyler for a banquet the second week of January, that
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday right after the national championship has taken place, and we announce our winner live.
Do you?
So it's really cool because the everybody gets to meet the finalists, and it brings other people outside of Tyler into town, and which helps our hotel rooms and our hotels with hotel room stays. So we're only beginning our eighth year, so we're still kind of in the baby stages, but it's really taken off, and we're getting some great response from it.
Who is your defending recipient of the award?
Our winner this year was J.K. Dobbins, the running back from Ohio State.
Oh.
He's from LaGrange, Texas, and he's just an amazing young man. He came in for the banquet. Our other finalists were Shane Buechele from SMU, who's also going to be the cover for the Dave Campbell Texas Football Magazine this summer, the big issue that's coming out. And then Charlie Brewer from Baylor.
Oh.
C.D. Lamb from Oklahoma, and Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma. Those were our five finalists this past season.
Man, what an awesome event you have there.
Yeah, it's been really cool, really well received, and besides the award itself, we've spun off a scholarship piece of that we've just awarded our fifth recipient this year. It's a $5,000 scholarship to a high school senior from any school here in Smith County. So that's been real great. Earl and the boys and Mrs. Campbell, they just feel it's really important to give back to the community, and they want to make a difference in some young person's life and help them get to school if they're not able to do that on their own. So that's a big reason for the award as well, is to generate those scholarships.
Again, Cindy, we appreciate you coming on today's Y'all Show and telling us about the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, which is a great way to give back to Texas and to the youngsters of the state. But you're also the executive director of SPORTyler, which I'm sure is more than just the Earl Campbell Award. What else goes on in terms of sports in the city of Tyler, Texas, that you're involved with?
We've just got a wide variety of sports. Just to give some background, I'm funded through hotel motel bed tax dollars. So the things that we can contribute to need to generate hotel room stays. So any events that come into town that bring outside dollars, outside visitors, we can do a number of services for those events, but we just try to get people to pick Tyler as their host site for their events. But we have lots of baseball, lots of tennis. We've got just amazing tennis facilities. We've got 3 colleges here in town. And between the 3 colleges and then our city facilities, we can host a lot of USTA events, youth and adult. We've got, of course, soccer's a big deal here. Golf, we've got several major golf courses. We'll be hosting the 50th anniversary of the Texas State Open come the end of July. So, that's a really big deal. A lot of professional golfers that you probably watched growing up may have started in this tournament. So, just a good variety of things that we host here in town.
And you mentioned a little bit about baseball. I assume, just like a lot of communities, you've put a lot of money into the baseball facilities to attract travel ball teams to come to Tyler, Texas?
Yes. They're city-owned facilities that are maintained by Parks and Rec, but we do get a lot of, USSSA, select ball. We have hosted the State Little League East division the last, I would say, 15 years. Of course, a lot of those have gotten canceled for this year, but, we've got a great site and great partners with Parks and Rec.
Okay. And again, if you don't know where Tyler, Texas is, well, shame on you, first of all. But secondly, it's pretty easy to find. If you can imagine where Dallas, Texas is and where Shreveport, Louisiana is, you're right between them on Interstate 20. It's flat areas to get to Tyler, Texas. You don't have to go up huge mountain peaks to get to Tyler, Texas. It's well inland, so you shouldn't have too many problems with too many bad storms coming in off the Gulf Coast to affect your planning if you want to have meetings there in East Texas, in Tyler. And you've got so much variety. And the neat thing is, if that's not enough for you, again, 90 minutes away, you can be in Dallas, Texas, one of the biggest towns in America. Or you want to go to Shreveport, you can do that too.
That's right. We're easy to get to. We also have a regional airport that American Airlines flies into, so you can catch connections in Houston. Well, not Houston right now, in Dallas, and make your way here if you don't feel like driving. But it's a beautiful drive no matter what part of the state you're coming from.
Now, you just mentioned Houston. Cindy, I just want to tell you, the last time I was in your area, they were working on Interstate, I think 69, which is going to ultimately go down toward Houston from your portion of East Texas. Has that road improved at all? Is it easier to get from Tyler to Houston?
Yes, it is. And you can take 69 and you can also go 59. So there's a couple of different routes. But yes, the highways have definitely improved. How long's that been since you took that trip?
Oh, I don't want to tell you that. It's been about 5 years, I think. I do want to say, for those of us who aren't fortunate enough to live in the Lone Star State, y'all have something there that's pretty cool in the state of Texas, but specifically in your portion of East Texas. I've gotten to be a big fan of farm roads. Farm roads are not often found in other southern states. And the beauty of them is if you're going down a farm road, they have a big, wide side of the road. And if you're going down the road, even at 55 miles an hour, and some knucklehead's behind you and you are a little bit freaked out about it, do you get over or do they get over? I forgot how it works. You tell me.
Well, if they're behind you and you're going too slow, you get over.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the courtesy here in the South.
Okay, well, in Texas, again, y'all have those farm roads, and y'all put a lot of money into those farm roads to make them really nice and wide and flat, and a lot of them are in East Texas. So even if you have to go on some of your more rural roads to get to Tyler, at least you can drive safely and not worry about having people honking the horn because you're taking up too much of the road. So you got your various youth sports that bring people into Tyler, Texas. You mentioned the 3 colleges and more. And what about golf? I know you've got a little bit of a history of golf in your portion of Texas. What kind of courses do you have there that people can make their way to Tyler and play?
Well, we have a couple of private courses. That's where we do host one of our longest running junior golf events, which is Holly Tree Country Club, and this would be our 14th year to host that event. But we do have a public course just right outside of Tyler, and there's a couple of semi-private courses in the area. You don't have to drive far to get to a golf course, so there's plenty of courses to play in our area.
Let me make sure I just heard you say that right. In terms of golf, you don't have to drive far, so that's great for my golf game.
No
I don't have to drive
intended.
far. Yeah, that's great because I'm not a very good driver on the golf course.
Well, there you go. We've got putt-putt too for people like you, John.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Cindy, as we wrap up with you, what can people do on your website and more to learn more about the sports options of Visit Tyler?
They can go to visittyler.com, and there's a link there for SPORTyler, which will tell you all it has a preview of our venues, facilities, and the services that we offer. We can go to our Facebook page, Visit Tyler, Texas, or SPORTyler, and all the information they need should be found on one of those sites.
All right, and don't
Or
forget.
they can give me a call direct if they'd like.
And how do they do that?
That's 903-595-7226.
All right.
Or they can email me at Smoak, SMOAK, at Tyler, Texas, all spelled out.com.
Operator standing by when you make your phone call to Cindy Smoak. Again,
Have your donations ready.
Yeah, of SPORTyler. And don't forget about the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, which, by the way, I can now confirm, Cindy, after watching the video that you weren't able to see, Mr. Campbell was number 20 when he was there at John Tyler High School.
Well, good. I couldn't remember. I had a funny story about that. I was a sophomore at Plano, which is a suburb outside of Dallas, and he was a senior, and they won state that year. And we ended up matching up against them in the first round of the playoffs. And so my brother drove me down here as a sophomore, and all I remember is Earl with about 5 Plano guys on his back, still running down the field. So he was tough to handle in high school even.
So who won and who were you rooting for?
I was rooting for Plano, but John Tyler won. And then, like I said, went on to win the state championship that year.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about that.
Well, he's a great guy. And, now that I've even gotten to know him more on this level, He deserved that win. They were a phenomenal team that year.
And he's continuing that phenomenal high school playing time to college and NFL by continuing on now with the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, and that will
Yes.
be awarded right at the end of football season of 2020, which we're all looking forward to. So,
Yes, and Jonathan, I was going to tell you, our schools. We asked the schools to nominate the candidates for this award because they have to have that Texas tie.
mhm.
But we do have a watch list, and we announced that in August. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, as this, that hopefully the football season will be on schedule, and we'll adjust accordingly if not.
Cindy, it's been great talking to you, but it's also
You
been
too.
great talking a little sports, specifically football, because it's something that we all have to look forward to, and I think it's going to happen. And I think you're going to have another award winner here at the end of November. So looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. And again, it's Tyler, Texas Visit. Tyler is the website to check out and learn a lot more about what's going on in that portion of the Lone Star State. More of the Y'all Show is coming up. We're going to be visiting with Visit Tyler. You don't want to miss that. It's coming up right here on the show that's all about the South.